just to remind us that's our evening to connect, to awaken consciousness for the week. And again, as the week progresses, we always share more, deeper, and go deeper in the week. But just to have the frame or thoughts or what we want to receive or want to awaken in this week. Last week we spoke about Noah, which is we spoke about the ark and the whole flood idea and all of that. Now it's in the story process. You see that there is a lot of generations after generation since Noah, right? Which we know is 10 generations, right? Without going into details, there's secrets, many secrets there. But then we meet now in this portion, this week, the lineage or the beginning process of the wisdom of Kabbalah in its forms of lessons or something we can grasp, which the beginning or the first person who starts spreading this wisdom is Abraham. Avraham Avinu, Abraham, the patriarch, which we know the father of all three religions, which we know, if you look at Avraham, he was not connected to any religion, and he didn't really spoke about any religion. He just spoke about one concept, right? One God to all, right? Because back in that time when Avraham was there, Abraham started his work. He came from an idol worshiper. It was all the reality was infused with only idols and different gods and all of that. Abraham is the revolutionary that had the revelation that the Creator revealed to him, and to spread his wisdom of oneness, of one light to all, regardless of who you are, regardless of your color, of where you came from, and all the lineage you came from, and all the background, and all the tradition, and all of that is great. We're starting a new path, okay? And that's what he did. Him and Sarah, his wife, they walk around, they went to travel and start bringing people closer to that understanding. To understand what? To believe that there is only one light, one creator to all. That there's nothing different between us. As we're talking about, maybe the body looks different, maybe the color is different, but our soul, the operation, where we're all coming from, it's the same light, it's the same God, it's the same thing, and we're going to the same place. So obviously that's the beginning. And then the world went since then to many, many ups and downs until now, and creation of different religions, different understanding, different path or different method. It's great. But now the world go back to be exactly what Abraham did. We want to bring this world back, like we learned like last week, to one consciousness of oneness, and to each one of us understand it's no different between us. It's just the way we are communicating is maybe different. So obviously, this is the beginning, and what will help us is what the Kabbalists share, a few concepts that we can really receive this week. So first of all, the name of the portion, which we learned, it's not a coincidence what we call this portion, Lech Lecha, go for yourself, right? It's if you read it literally, if you speak, for example, the language, and you realize Lech Lecha is the same word repeat twice, right? It could have said differently, right? But here, the meaning and the consciousness is very important to be explained in different ways. First of all, it never, they tell you the story, the Creator revealed to Abraham and tell him, go outside of the land where you live, go away from your father's home, your mother's house, go away from everyone you know, and share and spread this wisdom, right? So he said, go outside of the land, go. That's the instruction. Now, there's many, many lessons just by that. He asked, obviously the commentator asked, he didn't tell them which land I need to go to, right? You told me to leave the land of where I born and my parents' house, but you don't tell me where to go, just go. Now, again, I just want to put the frame of Abraham in around that time is 75 years old. It's not a little kid, I'd ask my friend Adam, you finish, you're 25 years old, just go, go wherever, right? That makes sense, right? Myself, after I finish, the army, born in Israel, you go to the army. After the army, okay, let's go explore the world. Yeah, it's okay. You don't need schedule. You don't need a direction. Just go on a plane and just go. I get that. But we're talking about 75-year-old man. Go tell your parents, you should quit and go. Go. Where should I go? Go find yourself. Go find myself. 75 years, I'm looking for myself. Find myself. What do you mean? That's what the instruction that Abraham is receiving right now. Abraham, go. Tell me where. Tell me what. Why should I go? What do you want me to do? The key here, that all the revelation happened when Abraham just went, just left. Now again, let's understand what it means. First of all, for our life today, how that lesson can influence just that one particular lesson. When they say lech lecha, go for yourself, what it means, go away from your nature. Go away, meaning go away from your comfort zone. Go away, take a step, even if it's inconvenient for you. Go away from your fixated reality. Go away from the old method that you lived your life with. Go away from what I'm used to, from my tradition. No, but it's I have to have it this way. Go away from that. And then the Creator can show you something else. But I like to do the work this way, and I like to do the work that way. What you like, what you don't like, it's what you equipped yourself. Because when the Creator tells Abraham, go outside of yourself, go out of the land where your father, and wait a second, I'm used to that for 75 years. I'm living my life like that. I know everybody here. I have all my real estate. I have all my bank accounts over here. I have all the clients over here. Everything is here. You tell me to go now, to leave my place. And the idea is more fixed reality. You know how many people, don't want to, again, people living in let's say in the city, right? They have a fixed income and there's a fixed rent, right? It's all fixated in a way, organize my life to stay small. Oh, I have my paycheck, I get my social security, I got my this. It's all organized. That's been paid. That's been done this way. Many of us don't even see where can we grow, where can we expand, because we live our life so fixated. So now each one of us, I don't say you have to disrupt everything in your life, but you definitely, things that you connected as habitual behavior, as I'm so fixated on things, this is where you have to go out of that nature. Go outside of yourself. Go, lech lecha mean, go outside of yourself. Go outside of what you thought is your reality. Sometimes people even stay in relationship for too long and they suffer. Oh yeah, stay with the devil we know, right? Or people stay in a reality that it may be not so good for them, but they stay because they got used to it. So obviously this is the majority of the lessons right now that we're learning, is to find where in my life I'm living life this way or that way and fixated way. And I want to go outside of that. And that is what the Creator tell him. As soon as you do, lech lecha, right? Then he gave him, then he gave him, then I can influence all the blessing. Then I can give you a direction where to go. But you got to do the first step. The first step is go outside of yourself. And another level for that as well is the whole idea that when someone is, living his life and he see people behave this way, see people behave that way, and he get upset with everybody, right? We all can get upset so easy with how people behave, how they live their life. So also get out of what you think people should do. Get out of that. Get it out of your mind. Get it out of your system. They should do this. They should live life this way. We want to fix everyone's life. We want to fix everyone's, correct everyone. That's also, you have to get out of that. Because if you don't get out of that, you can be buried with this type of information or this type of thinking. Now, also we need to know, every single day, the Creator influence to this world, every single day, 100 different blessings. 100 different blessings. The word lech lecha, if you sum the letters lech lecha together, you get the number 100. That's the numerical value of these two words, which we understand every time a person gets out of himself, he immediately activating these 100 blessings. That's why a smallest act of getting outside of myself activate a lot of blessings in one's life. Then what he says, El haaretz asher areka. I want to show you the land that I'm promising you. Now, Abraham at that time didn't know he speaks about the land of Israel or which land. I don't even know. Where do you want me to go? Every time, each one of us is going outside of ourselves, outside of our nature, El haaretz asher areka. Then the Creator can show you. Because if you are in a bubble of what you think your life is and what you want to do, obviously I can't. I want to influence you greater. You thought you came to this world to do X, but I want you to do X, Y, Z. But I'm into the bubble thinking this is how I need to live my life. I want to open one factory. I want to open one store. I want to be my own designer, whatever it is. Great. But if you think this way, this is what the reality will show you. But if you go outside of yourself, then the Creator can show you, then this world can get so greater than what you thought your world is. So again, if each one of us, that's the idea of Abraham, it says, and you going to become the blessings to this world. Now ask yourself, if you wake up in the morning, do you feel the blessings to this world? You are the blessings, or I need more blessings in my life? The only way you can become a blessings to this world is when you breaking and shattering limitations in this world. When you unexpectedly, when the impossible become possible, that is when you become a blessing. When you bring someone closer to the light, way more than what anybody else did, or the most lowest people. It says that the Creator asking Abraham to start his spiritual path by going outside of himself. Now I want to remind you again, this guy is 75 years old. You know what it means? Sometimes I tell people, hey, come study. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, it's for the young people. They can change. I'm too old. It's not for me to start this journey. Many people, because they think they're old, right? Or because they equip themselves in a way of like, I used to live my life this way, and I'm not going to change it right now. But there's new revelation, there's new revolution, there's new ways, there's new ideas, right? Yeah, but I don't have TikTok and Instagram and all of that. I'm not up to date, right? Again, I said before in different class that sometimes, you see people, older crowd of people, and they want to stay, updated, they don't want to stay connected, so they're wearing like these chic clothes. It doesn't really fit us sometimes, right? But sometimes you see an older person, that wear this new style and all of that. Wow, it fits right. And this doesn't fit right? A person needs to find himself, what fits and what not. But if a person doesn't go outside of himself, he would never know that is a great fit for you. This new jacket, I'm wearing the old jacket from the 50s. Maybe updated that, and it changed your energy and it changed your outlook for life. So obviously, we all have that in many different ways. If I introduce people to Kabbalah, no, this is what I'm doing. This is too much information. I don't need that. It's new. It's a lot of work, right? So obviously, in that level as well, we know that he speaks about that Abraham and Sarah brought closer to the light, closer to this revelation of oneness, of one God, one light, many, many people. Et hanefesh asher asu becharan. Haran is the place where they came, but it represents the lowest place, the lowest place. But he says that they brought so many people closer to the light, closer to this revelation. But one thing that we need to understand, later on, I'm just moving forward in the story, all those people that they brought closer to the light, all the people that they inspired to be connected to this concept, majority of them, you don't hear about them anymore, even later on. Which the idea is that no matter what people did for you, meaning helped you, gave you a hand, gave you a book, or even now you heard the lecture or whatever it is. Our job, is to step up and do the work. Maybe Abraham and Sarah brought you closer, but they cannot do the work for you. I cannot do the work for you. Nobody, even my closest people, I can't do the work for them. It's impossible. Even though I want to take that away from them, but it's impossible. Why? Because that each one of them need to do the lech lecha. Each one of us needs to do go outside of ourselves. Each one of them, and activated the light or the energy that was given to you as a gift or as an introduction. So again, you said you can bring the horse to the water, right? But you can't force him to drink. So obviously that's the idea that we're receiving today. But another thing, it's a very, very important part, is that where Abraham came from. Abraham came from a very disrupted, very corrupted place. But again, one thing that represents his energy, it's the name of his father. I spoke about it last week. The name of his father is Terach. Terach comes from the word tircha, which is ma'amas, which is effort. His father was known to make an effort. Maybe that even just the name represent where the person was. To indicate that Abraham had an opening in his life because a moment or an action that his father did. Maybe his father was completely corrupted, but he made an effort in his life, right? And that was enough to give all the head starts for Abraham. Each one of us are this father. And again, even if you don't have kids or you don't have a wife or a child or whatever it is, doesn't matter. You have a friend, you have people in your life. You take a step, you make an effort. That's already set up the path for people or for whoever is connected to you or whatever is in your lineage, a complete different lineage come out of you. Let's say you open a company and you're expecting everybody to do things in the company and you're not making an effort. None of the employees will have the necessary power and support. Why? It's all about the effort. And what is the effort? Many people think effort is in the head, right? Oh, I'm making an effort in my head. It seems like so hard, but I'm making an effort, right? Effort is to activate the effort, right? You have to put yourself in a reality of effort, right? Many people, I want to do it seamlessly. I want my life to be effortlessly. Wow. You know, when people looking for that, you know, I want effortless or very convenient or very much organized, that, you know, that it's seamless, that there's no problem, there's no difficulty. Crazy. More difficulty, more effort you put, more your lineage, whatever you connected to, a product that you connected to, a company you connected to, whatever, people that connected to you, see this amount of your, but the effort doesn't work, my friend. If you made an effort and you call your friends, by the way, I made a lot of effort for you. So no, it's not about talking about the effort. It's not about explaining your effort and how hard was it for you and all the drama that was involved. Don't be busy with that. Just be doing the effort for effort's sake. Because, let me explain to you a little bit more Kabbalistically again. Sometimes I'm thinking that's enough. It's not enough. We have to have where it's come from. Who you are is a vessel. This is who you are. But that vessel can be given to you, whatever is being given to you in that vessel. Which means, look at your life. That's what exists right now. Every time you're making an extensive or an extra effort in everything you do, now you create a new vessel. Now you create a new, you added a new phase. That's where the effort is. That's where the effort starts. Then, so your vessel, what I used to, what I equipped myself with, what I'm fixated, that's your vessel. That's why when Abraham did Lech Lecha, he got outside of his vessel. Now the Creator expanded and gave him new revelation, new places, and new guidance. So sometimes, you know, we don't even know. Maybe you are in this class today, or you listen to this YouTube channel because a step of an effort that you made, or an effort that somebody connected to you did to bring you to here. Someone said, you know what? Wow, I found this amazing class. Listen, take the link, listen to this. They made an effort. That's why you're here. That's why you listen to this. What is the effort that you're going to do today to get outside of yourself? That's a simple, practical ability that I'm not asking all of you to be superstars and Abraham, but learn from where all of us came from. Abraham is a lineage for all of us. If you're connected here, if you listen to this, for sure you are from the lineage. So obviously, this is one beautiful part that I want to awaken. Now, to another beautiful layer that is, it's just three more probably gifts I want to share that are very, very important for this week. One, it says, "Ve'emin be'Hashem ve'chashvea lo ketzedaka." It says that Abraham awakened such certainty in that concept of one God, one light. He had such an amazing belief. He believed so much that there is a creator to this world, and not different gods or different idols. He believed strongly in this type or in this matter, which means one light to all of us. There's no different light. There's no different gods. One creator, only one, and we all connected. And then he believed strongly in that. And that considered to be his belief was considered to be a greater charity to this world more than anybody else. Charity to the world, not charity to an organization. His belief, his certainty in one light was the biggest charity that one can, philanthropist, right? To this world, right? You see all the people are giving billions of dollars, all their money to the world to, no one got closer to what Abraham, only by his belief. But again, I'm not asking you to be that. What I do ask you, and I recommend it, right? That each one of us need to understand, when we believe in people, it's the greatest gift you can give them. Because sometimes you feel lost. Sometimes you go into a dark place. Sometimes you think I'm alone, nobody cares about me. Sometimes you feel like nobody calls me, nobody texts. Who am I? Who do I have? Even my own children don't care about me. Even this, my brother, sister don't care, Doesn't matter. Sometimes you just need one person to believe in you. And that makes a whole difference in your life. It changes who you are, actually. So what I'm asking you is to be that person for somebody else, to believe in them. Only that knowledge. Only imagine you living with someone in your life. You're partner with somebody, you're married to someone, you living in a house with few people. Nobody believe in you. Every time you want to do something, nobody believe in you, right? It's diminishing who you are. It doesn't help you, right? And eventually you can't really sustain yourself. So what I'm asking you is to start being that person again. So I'm asking you to walk around, hey, I believe in God, I believe in Creator. That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking you to activate your belief in people as well. And give them the hope. Be the person who feed them this beautiful hope, beautiful power, beautiful belief in them. Eventually, this knowledge waking up people and take them to the next level. Then he says, again, speaks about a different story. One of the Kabbalists I love, his name is Baal Shem Tov. And he said, tell a story. Thank you. He tells a story about the drunk guy and the sober one, right? Two people walk in the forest. One is totally drunk, right? It's like absolutely not even knowing what's going on. And one walk with him in the forest, and one is sober and clear and smart guy. And in a certain place, when they passed through the forest, they got beaten up. They got beaten up. Both of them got beaten up, like really terrible. When they get to town, right? When they get to town, they ask, what's happened? What's happened? So obviously the drunk guy, I don't know, I'm just in pain. I don't know what happened. I don't know, this is hurt. Look, I'm all bruised, right? He didn't even know where it's coming. He didn't know what happened. He was just beaten up all the time. And obviously the smart guy, the sober one says, you know what? I want to tell you, the people who live in the city, please don't go into that forest in that path. I'm warning you, there's a bad people there. They're trying to rob you and they beat you up. Question is, who we are. Are you the drunk guy or are you the sober one? What are you? How many people you warned yesterday about their evil inclination? Everybody know about their evil inclination? Everybody know about your ego? Do you know about your ego? Do you know somebody told you that there is ego in those areas? Everybody told you there's that selfishness can lead into a very big destruction? Anybody told you that if you awaken certainty, you can be in a completely different reality? Who are you? Most of us are the drunk person, pretending Oh yeah, it's good. I know. But I'm not gonna warn the whole city. Hey, wake up the city. There's a different way. There's a different consciousness. And again, warn them from negativity. Warn them where can they fall, about their evil inclination, about our opponent we spoke about before. This is one of the things that most of us sometimes we fail in life, or we fail in life. Why do you think you fail? Why do you think there's a God who makes you falling, who makes you fail? Absolutely not. He failed you so you can warn others not to go in the direction that you went. And he succeed you so you can tell others where is the right path and where is not. He gives you the wisdom of Kabbalah so you can share it with others. So you can tell, oh, you lost. Okay, take this book. Take this lesson. Take this class. Talk to this guy. Talk to that person, whatever it is. That's what it is. Otherwise, you are just a drunk person pretending. I don't know where I got this hit. I don't know why things bad in my life. How many people have so many bruises in their life? I don't know. Maybe it's God. God did it to me. That's how they conceptualize that. Absolutely not. He makes you fall again and again until you're going to warn others, until you're going to warn people. Oh, that's what I felt. That's why I fell from glory. Yes, so you can warn people from when they behave in ego, when they behave in selfishness, when they behave in desire to receive for themselves alone. It takes them in a direction that is completely dark. And you meant to warn others. What did you do? It's God. God did it to me. That's how people live. The success or the falling that you have in life are meant to help you use it to share and to warn others. But when you're not doing that, you're dragging yourself to more of the fallings. I hope that's clear. It's such a simple lesson that we all know, but this is what it means. This is what it means. Am I the drunk person? Yeah, everybody want to look at that in a silly way. The next lesson that I want to share with you, one that is important, obviously, to awaken, to understand. It says, and again, it's all in the code it's all codes. It's not really clear for those of us who are reading the Bible or the Torah literally. We have to really decipher those lessons. This is not something that clearly you can see. So obviously, few of the Kabbalists I'm study from have a different point of view, different ways to bring you this wisdom that is so dense, is so deep, and to bring it into a very practical place. And that's the important part when you study wisdom. When you study anything and you need to share with people, I don't want you to share exactly what I said. I want you to share in your own way how you can bring it home to people. That's very important. So obviously, in the code that it says, Avraham ben 75 shana. Abraham was 75 years old. Betzeto miCharan, when he left Haran. Haran is a code, it's a place, but it's called Haron Af. It's the place that was so negative, very negative place. That's when he started leaving this place, 75 years old. The 75, why they need to mention exactly what age was Abraham? To indicate how old he is? No, to indicate his consciousness. What was the idea is the same numerical value for the word bitachon, it's the number 75. Bitachon, which is trust. Trust. And this is what I want to awaken this week. Do you trust? How much you trust? What do you trust? Who do you trust? Do you even trust? And you trusting yourself, right? Are you trustworthy? You trust your own family? You trust your relationship? You trust this world? Who do you trust? And this is until Abraham did not awaken full trust, he didn't leave Haran. That's why he says he left the place, the most negative place, only when he's awakened full trust. Now again, I want to pause and understand, first of all, a few parts for this. These two words, again, it's not about God, it's not about creator, it's not about light, nothing to do with this. The word emunah v'bitachon. Believe, certainty, and trust. These are important words. Important words, because one doesn't work. You need to have both. I explained to you, I'm taking it a little bit slower so we can understand that. And Abraham was ready. He heard the voice, the Creator tell him, go outside of this place. He says, sure, I'm leaving everything. He says, no. Creator says, don't leave yet. Build yourself to trust. To trust. Because why? Abraham believed in what he's saying. He believes strongly that there's one, as I said before, his belief, the amount of belief that he had changed the world. But he still didn't take an action because he needed to awaken what we call the attributes or the level of trust. Emunah and bitachon. One doesn't work. Because if you have enough emunah, if you believe strongly, it has to lead you into trusting. How many of us speak in this way? I believe that individual, but I don't trust that that's going to work. We usually believe in speaking this way. I trust in what you're telling me, but in the back of the mind, I don't really believe them, right? Or vice versa. You always contemplate between the two. One of the Kabbalists says, Emunah and bitachon echadu, meaning to create oneness, I need both. To create oneness, to create completion, you need both. Which means, מה שנתלבש במוח נקרא אמונה. The clothing that our mind can use, it's called emunah, called belief or certainty. And ומה שנתלבש בלב, and whatever your heart clothing is, right, is נקרא ביטחון. It means trust. So now you have mind and heart. If you have only one, that doesn't work. You need to have your mind and your heart. So the way you allow your heart to open, the way you allow your mind to explode is with these two words. Working on emunah. Emunah is in the head and trust is in the heart. And it's a feeling of trust that you create. Emunah and bitachon. Now, it has to be exact degrees, right? So if I have strong belief, right? But I don't trust these people, it's very hard. I trust them 10%, right? So he says, obviously, many of us thinking that if I believe somebody, I should go with them. No, you have to find what the level of belief, and can you measure that to the level of trust that you have. Let me give you an example. One of the Kabbalists, give different examples. I'll choose one example. So he says, בדומה לאדם שמאמין לחברו. Imagine you have a friend of yours, right? Imagine a friend of yours that asks you, I need you to loan me money, right? So אפשר שיאמין לו על דולר אחד. He says, if your friend will ask you, let's say you have a friend, and he asks you, hey, can you loan me $1? You look at your friend and say, you know what? Yeah, I trust my friend in $1 with $1, right? Then he says, if he asks you for $1,000, right? How many of you in your life, you have people that you said, you know what, if they ask me $10 or $100, I can give them, I'll borrow, I'll give them $100. Another person comes to you and says, you know what, a friend of yours comes and says, can you lend me $10,000? Oh, $10,000, How many of us have, he says, do you have a friend that you trust so much that you can loan them half of your possession, right? But not all your money, just half of your money. Do you have a friend like that? And do you have a friend that you can trust with all your money, with all your passwords, with all your passports, with all your safe deposits that you have? Again, this is how you measure. I believe my friends, but I don't trust them that they will pay the debt, right? How many of you loan money to people and said, you didn't look at it as a loan, you look at it as a gift, but why? Because I know they're not going to pay back. You already know. So you actually already consider that, so you'll have less anger. So you consider it as a gift. Take it as a gift. If you return, you return. You don't return, you don't return. So I'm making it easier for me, but I don't work on emunah and bitachon. I don't awaken trust over here. And again, what comes before the chicken or the egg, right? If you trust that friend, right, maybe he will find a way to pay it back. But because you believe but don't trust, or you trust them, but you don't believe that they can really pay it back, right? You have to look in these two. Always looking in your life. And again, obviously, take it to your spiritual path. You believe Kabbalah, or it's great, but do you trust that that's what I need to do? You trust that I believe it's great. But to bring it down to an action, to bring it down to perform some kind of outside of myself, I don't trust that. Obviously, each one of us need to feel where my belief and where my trust is, and find a way. And once you have that combination, you become super powerful. You are activating powers that nobody can stand in front of you. Emunah and bitachon. Believe is not enough. You have to awaken trust, and that is when your heart is working. That's why he says, again, later, and again, a little bit further down in the story, when Abraham, when he left, he left with 318 people. Why it's so important? Right? All his cattle, all his house, all his people, 318. So of course, we're not looking into numbers like just to come up with something, but if that's mentioned, there's a reason, which means it's a code for the word siach, which is discussion or conversation. That's the code. Which one? What Abraham teaching us, that throughout his interaction or conversation with his creator, he was able to awaken trust. What I'm asking you is to open a discussion with your creator, with your light, and start, speak about the trust. Speak with your creator in your meditation. Meditate, have a discussion, have a conversation, because a discussion with the creator, I believe, let's say someone said, I believe there's God somewhere. Majority of the people, I believe there's a creator. Okay, why don't you talk to him? I don't trust he wants to listen to me, right? Because you don't trust that, you're not creating a conversation. So every day through your prayers, through your meditation, through your asylum, whatever it is, you walk or go into the nature, whatever it is, Speak to the Creator. And slowly, you realize that your conversation with the Creator show you something in this world, show you something in your life that is like, wow, I trust that the Creator will be there for me. I trust that this is the Creator, and I trust in this moment that person came from the Creator. But if you don't have a conversation, it's very difficult to one day, to create that. So create space in your day so you can start to have discussion. What do you speak to the Creator, to your Creator, the same way you speak to me or to anybody, right? Says, listen, I'm doing this work. I'm going outside of myself, but I haven't seen yet the land that you want me to go to. I trust you're going to direct me there. The conversation. And then he show you the land that you need to go to. And then show you the company that you need to talk to. Then he show you in a crowd of people in a convention, you find the right person. How? Because your conversation, because your discussion. This is what I want you to understand. Because if I'm always in a consciousness of Lech Lecha, the Creator is talking to me way more than anybody else. Because I'm not in a small bubble. So obviously, as many time as we can to think about these ideas and more, if you find yourself, my friend, why someone find themselves or allowing themselves to complain, right? How someone can bring themselves in their mind to complain, right? What, you complaining? About what you complain? Why? Because a person thinks in his heart, he or she, they've done enough. They've done enough. Now let's complain about them because I've done enough already. I gave enough. I made a lot of effort, more than anybody else. So now I can complain. Of course, my dear, if you understand that, if you have complaint in your head, it means you haven't done enough. It means you haven't done enough effort. It means you don't trust anything. That's very important for us to awaken that and connecting to our lineage, to everyone that is studying this. Is connected to Abraham and connected to these lessons. And obviously there's way more and deeper and beautiful, but we're going to continue on talking on Abraham in the next few weeks because this is all his life evolve around it and we have more discussions about it. So thank you for joining us. Please like the page, share it, extend an olive branch to your friends, call them. Don't be the drunk person. Call them. Share with them what we have. Thank you so much.